Hey everybody, this is Jimmy Blevins coming at you with a new tutorial. Today we're going to have some fun with menus. And what I'm going to show you guys today is just a few ways to feature your menus on your website. And first off, I just wanted to show you this because I went into the settings and deleted all the menus that I had for this particular site because I wanted to show you something. That if you just leave this unchecked, WordPress is going to add every page that you create to your top menu, to the main menu on the website, and it's going to end up looking like this, just a jumbled mess that kind of takes up the entire page. So I'm going to show you guys how to clean this up really quick. So let's come back in here to our dashboard. We're going to go to Appearance and then Menus. And then we're going to go ahead and create a new menu using this link, Create New Menu. This is going to be our new top level menu. So let's call it Top Navigation. I like to call it Top Nav, Main Nav, something like that. Usually keep my naming conventions somewhat consistent so that, you know, whatever website I'm working on, it still seems to work for me. Okay, so here's what we do first off. First off, I probably want to put my home page. So you've got this first section here is Pages, and this shows you all the most recent pages that you've worked on. And this will show you all the pages that you've got in your system. And really handy, they put this search feature here so that you can go ahead and search for a page if you've got hundreds of pages on your website. So let's go ahead and add a home. And that's really simple. That's all you have to do to add a link to your home page is just select the page, click Add to Menu, and then you're done. If you want to do any customizing, you can come in here, you can change the URL, and you can also change the navigation. So I can call this home page, or just, I like to leave it at home. And this is a little tip for all you web designers out there, or if you're just building your own website. When you're building your menus, you want to keep them down to 1, maybe 2 words max. Because again, if you're going to have 7 or 8 menu items on your website, you've got people with different browsers, different devices. Even if you try and keep things organized, if you've got big names, it can still end up looking like this. I mean, these are just giant long menu names. They break the layout and they just don't look that good. So my advice is to always keep it really simple, 1 or 2 words. That way you just simply communicate, hey, here's what this page is about if you want to click on it. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to create like a drop-down menu. And for this I want to use, let's set up one for like the WooCommerce. So first off, I'm going to make the head, like the header of this menu. So we come here to custom links, and for the URL, we just want to put a hashtag. So Shift 3, that creates the number symbol or the hashtag. And here we'll just call this shopping. Go ahead and add that to menu. Now, what a hashtag does is it creates an anchor. And if you just leave it as the hashtag, what's going to happen is if somebody clicks on it, it's not going to go anywhere. But if they've scrolled down the page, it's going to jump to the top of the page. So we want to get rid of that because we don't want this to be something people can click on at this point. So what I'm going to do is come in here and I'm going to delete this hashtag. And what this does is it makes it so if somebody clicks on the shopping part of this menu, nothing's going to happen. They need to click on something that's within the drop-down menu. So there's a little tip for you there. So then what I do is I come back here to Pages. And you can see I've got a cart page, I've got a checkout page, and if I scroll all the way down here, I think there's like a My Account, yep, and then a shop page. So we're gonna go ahead and add those to our menu. And then when those come up, we're gonna make them a submenu of this shopping item. So I want shop to be first, so I'm gonna grab that and drag it up here, and you're gonna notice that behind my link here, you'll see there's this dotted box. And this dotted box is showing me the indentation so that I know this link is going to be a drop-down menu under shopping. You see, if I move it over a little bit, you'll notice that the dotted box moves back over. And that makes it another top-level item. But I want it to be a drop-down, so I'm going to just scoot it over a little bit so I can see that indentation, and then I just let go of it. And I want to go ahead and do that with all of these links. So you can see right behind it, you see how it snaps over, and that tells me that I'm in the right place. And I can also keep going if I want to make submenus. So let's say I go shopping, checkout, my account. That way I can make even further further menus right here in WordPress's setting. All right, now the last thing I'm going to show you how to do is we're going to add the categories for our blog. So once again, I'm going to make a custom link just for the header. So we go ahead and put our hashtag in, and our link text is going to be, let's just call it blog. And I'm going to show you, like, the reason I put the hashtag in here and then delete it later is because you have to have something that WordPress will accept in this form. If I delete this and I hit add to menu, it's going to give me these two red boxes to show me, hey, I'm looking for something else. So I want to go ahead and put the hash back in there so it'll accept my menu item. And then I come in here and I go ahead and delete it. And again, this is to make it so if somebody clicks on this, it's not going to take them anywhere else on the page. It's just going to give them the menu that they're looking for. So here are my blog categories. I'm going to add my pics and words, my featured image, and visual builder. I don't usually put anything in uncategorized, so I'm going to leave that off. So again, I click on add to menu, and you'll notice right off the bat it's going to add them as top level menu items. So I just need to drag them over a little bit to fix them as the drop downs. And I'm pretty happy with this menu. I think I'm going to stick with this. So there's one last thing I have to do is come down here, and where it says primary menu. Now most themes will create this option in your menu settings if they've got like a primary menu or a footer menu, that kind of thing. So Divi puts in a primary, secondary, and footer. So we're going to go ahead and click on primary and then save menu. And then once that's done, we just kick back here into our home page, and you can see we're going to clean all this up, and it's just going to look so much better. And this way people can access what they want to get to on my website without having to go through a bunch of garbage there on the top of the page. So that's how to clean up your top menu and edit that. And I covered that in another tutorial, but I wanted to get a little more in depth into it. So next thing I want to show you is how to create a menu that'll work in your sidebar. If you come here back to the home page, and I think the way I have this website set up, we've always got a sidebar here. And what that does is WordPress automatically creates these links over here on the right. So I've got a search field, I've got recent posts, I've got archives, categories, and meta. And this is just information about my WordPress website. So let's say I want to get rid of these three. I want to make a menu over here that's a little bit more towards my blog and get rid of some of this stuff. So I'm going to come back in here into menus, and I'm going to click on create new menu. And then when that comes up, let's call this blog sidebar. This will be our blog sidebar menu. Go ahead and create that. Okay, so once again, we pretty much go through the same kind of structure, but this is going to be a menu that's just on the side of the page, so we don't have any drop downs. If you do use drop downs in this, it's going to indent them a little bit if you want to categorize your links. I'm not going to worry about that right now. All I'm going to do is just add in my categories here. Click on add to menu, and then I think that'll be fine. I don't really need to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a couple custom links just to show you how these work. So let's make one to mosaictech.com. Put that up there. And let's do one to my website, jimmyblevins.com. And we'll add that to the menu too. So I got my categories and a couple links in there. So I'll go ahead and save that. I don't need to select any of these because I'm not putting it in any of those locations, not the footer or the header. I'm just going to save this. So the next step in this process is to come in here to the widgets. And this is where all your sidebars are managed. And sidebar is just kind of a way that WordPress can compartmentalize certain information that happens, that's repetitive throughout your website. So like a menu in your footer, or a menu in your sidebar, or like a piece of text that you're going to put in a lot of different areas of your website. The widgets really work great for this kind of thing. And here's another reason why they work really good, especially if you're going to use these in your footer, is because every time you make an update to the menu, you don't have to go into your pages. You just go into your menu, and then you make a change to the menu, and that's going to update it across your entire website wherever that menu is found. It's a time-saving feature that I really like about WordPress. So get used to using sidebars with your menus, because it's just something that's going to make your life a whole lot easier when you're building your website. So here we are in our widgets area, and I've got my sidebar here, and this is the default WordPress sidebar that we've been talking about right over here on the right hand side. So I'm going to come in here and let's see, I think I want to keep the recent posts, but the archives, not a huge fan. So let's go ahead and delete that. And since we put our categories in the link, let's delete that as well. And I'm going to get rid of the meta too. I don't need that. So I've got search, I've got recent posts, and now I want to put in the menu that I just made. So I come here to the custom menu widget and I just drag that over here. I will put it in between the search and the recent posts. And I can put the title here. Let's call this links and blog. And then we want to get our menus. So we'll go here, blog sidebar is what we just created. And I want to hit save. And this is all you have to do. So now that we've saved that, we can come to our home page, click refresh really quick. And then when that pulls up, you're going to see that we've changed all this information here. Here's our links to our blog categories, the couple links we added, and then I left the recent posts in there. So that's cleaned up our default sidebar, got us a custom menu in there, and we've also cleaned up this. Well, let's say I want to put a menu somewhere in this area, and that's where this starts getting really fun. So first thing we're going to do is come back here to our widgets area, and we need to create a custom widget area. So we will just call this, originally enough, custom menu, and then click on create. And I don't know if this is a bug or something they're working on, but as you can see, it looks like nothing happened, but trust me, it did. All we need to do is just come up here and refresh the page, and then our new custom widget's gonna show up right here. There we are, custom menu. Just a little trick I found out. I created a menu like 4 times because it didn't show up. There's a tip for you. Okay, so we're dragging our custom menu over here to our custom menu widget. And let's see, what did we call this? Blog and links. And then we want to select our blog sidebar menu, hit save. And then we've got our custom menu all set up in its own little widget. So then we want to come over here to pages, and we're going to add a new page. And we're going to call this page Fun with Menus. Let's go ahead and click on the Use the Divi Builder. Okay, so first off, we've got to insert columns. Now I like to keep these menus in a sectioned column because they're going to be kind of like this over here, kind of tall, and the links will go down the side. So I like to keep them in a column. And what I mean by that is we've got, like, say we're going to add a menu to just the middle of a page somewhere. So I probably want to go with one of these layouts, like a 3/4, 1/4, or 2/3, 1/3, something like that. And then I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So I click on the thinner one to add a module, and then I want to scroll down and grab the sidebar module. And then in the widget area, I want to click the sidebar we just created, the custom menu. And then I want to save this. And actually, I'm going to put a picture here just so you can see the layout of it. So we'll just throw a picture in here really quick. Nothing super special. This one looks great. Let's save that. And then we'll update. Okay, now to view the page, you can just right click, say open link in new tab. So here you can see I've got my image here, and then I've got my links over here. So that probably gives you a better idea when I mean that they need to be kind of contained. They need to be in a kind of a skinnier column so that they don't kind of go all over the page like what I originally showed you at the beginning of the tutorial. So that's how you add a custom menu just anywhere on the page you want. And there's one last thing I want to show you guys, because this is a really cool thing that Divi has built in. So we can add a full width section here. And then if I come in here to insert modules, you notice I've got this full width menu option here. So I click on that, and then all I have to do here, I don't have to set up a widget or anything, I just select a menu. And I'm going to use my top navigation menu. And we're going to change things up. I'm going to do like a darker colored background on this. And then we'll set the text to light, so you can see what that looks like. So we'll go ahead and click on update again. Awesome. And then once that's finished, let's go refresh our page and I'll show you what that full width menu looks like. So you can see down here, we've got home, we've got our shopping menu, we've got our blog menu. You wouldn't normally want it to trail off the bottom of the page there, but that just gives you an idea that you can add. I can add a full width menu here to my footer, or anywhere on the page that works the same as my top level menu here with the drop downs, which I think is a really cool feature that Divi's got in there. So that pretty much takes care of everything today. That's how you have fun with menus and WordPress. Once again, my name is Jimmy Blevins, and thank you so much for watching.